why do you why are you anti-protest? What are you? I mean, I know loads of people who are anti-protest. I think before, I think before the Trayvon, like growing up, I was not, growing up in America, I was not like, yeah, protest. It just sounded like something so distant. So, like, what's the point? It's just crazy people going out there and trying to get what they want. But I think it was around the Trayvon Martin time for me in America. Like, I just finished college. I was like, yes, I want to go out and burn something down. Like, I physically feel this inside me. And then I wasn't that active in specifically protesting. But I feel like over the last 2 weeks, I've been like, wait, something has changed. I don't feel like this is a waste of time anymore. And I think people have come out and said, like, it has done something, I think there's a collective number of things that have changed things over the last few weeks, but protesting to me, like, I think it's a big deal in this movement that we're in right now. What are your thoughts on that?
When you say that I'm anti-protest, I just want to let it be known, right, that I'm not anti-protest. I myself don't protest, okay? And so I think everyone has the right to protest. So I'm not anti-protest. I'm not trying to stop people from protesting or anything like that. But
Yeah.
I myself have never protested, to my recollection, to my knowledge, and I don't see myself protesting into the future because my protest is done differently.
What is your protest?
I'm a planner, I'm an organizer, I'm a strategic individual. I believe that things get done by planning strategically and, sticking to that plan and getting the plan done. What I do find myself with a lot of protesting is that people, it's an emotional bubble. This is what I find. It's a place for people to vent their frustrations, okay, upon normally a building or
A location.
location, and they shout at this building where there probably is someone from the government in there, right? And they get it off their chest. But I'm about, okay, so after that, what happened? So I'm the type of person who, I've always said, I'm the type of person that when the bombs are dropping in a war, bullets are flying, and everyone's going crazy, like, oh my God, the bombs are dropping, the bullets are flying, oh my God, we're gonna die. I'm the person sitting in the corner like, analyzing the bombs, analyzing where the bullets are coming from, and I'm that person like, okay, so if I go there, I could get shot there, and if I go there, bombs are dropping there. And for me, I feel like I will get myself out of that situation by planning. A lot of people tend to, there's a saying, you should never drink the soup when it's hot, right? And
I
you're
mean, you
supposed
can if you want to, and just
if
throw
you want to
some
burn,
ice cubes in there.
no, but you can't want to burn yourself, right? But I don't drink the soup when it's hot. So
Yeah.
when everything happens and it's the hot time, I'm not drinking the soup. I'm like, all right, let me just chill for a while and see some stuff.
Yeah.
And that's just me as an individual.
Have you
So
always been like this, or did you convert into a, you know what, I don't want to be a part of that? Like, how do you, oh, someone said sometimes you don't have the time to plan.
you always have the time to plan if you understand that everything needs to be planned for. So on your downtime, everyone's got downtime to some degree. Like if you, it's so crazy. You're making me think now. There's actually a film called World War Z,
Yeah.
with Brad Pitt, right? It's about the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
And there was a scene in there along the lines of, there were these guys who were their only job was to plan for the most uneventful thing that would ever happen on the planet. That was their only job. So
Doesn't that seem like a waste of time?
no, because that's your job, and because the thing that they planned for was a zombie apocalypse, and lo and behold, it happened. So while they may look crazy to most people, oh my, why are they planning a zombie apocalypse? I'm that guy that will plan for the
Have you planned for the zombie apocalypse?
Well, I haven't quite planned for the zombie apocalypse.
See, you're
But
not ready.
I know I'm not ready for the zombie apocalypse. I won't lie to you. But I like to think outside of the box and say, okay, so if that, because I'm a chess player personally. I'm a chess player, and I like to plan, you know, for future moves that could happen. You know, so that's just the type of individual that I am.
So with everything that it almost, to me, it almost sounds like, you know, the movement, the feeling that people have been feeling, you're almost like, I saw this coming. Like, I don't know why you guys are surprised. You guys are just riding a wave. Like, I almost feel like you're just so unfazed by it, when there's a lot of people that are like, we have to keep this going. And I'm one of them, in an anxious state of like, how do we keep this going?
I'm not unfazed by it. I mean, however, my thing is, I've been watching police brutality from the 80s, okay,
Yeah.
upon black people. So it's not new. Police brutality is not new. Black people have been complaining about police brutality in songs, the NWA, you know, said F the police, you know, they talked about, you know, Ice-T said cop killer. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We saw people like, we saw things like Oscar Grant. We saw, the LA riots. We saw so many times where this has been happening. So for me, I'm like, okay, I'm predicting a pattern here. There's a pattern going on. So unfortunately, when George Floyd happened, I wasn't surprised. Though it is very tragic, I wasn't surprised, because in 2006, now this is me doing my research now, in 2006, there was an FBI report on white supremacist Nazi gangs infiltrating the police forces of America. Now, this wasn't Sarah Garvey's report. This wasn't Nikita's report. This was an FBI report that they said, hold on a minute, guys, there's some things going on in our police force. Most people don't know about that document. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's, even if people don't know about the document, I think it's kind of been filtered through, like, not pop culture. Yeah, like, I think people are just kind of like, this is definitely what's happening. It's like, in America, it's just, sorry, the baby's here.
So, okay, so this is the thing with me. So black people in America specifically have been going through this for decades now, right?
Right.
So my question now would be, what have you put in place to strategize against this happening at such and adversely affecting the lives of black people? That would be my question to African Americans, because you know it's been happening, right? Like, if you know it's been happening, my question is, what have you been doing to put in place to stop this happening? And if you haven't properly analyzed the landscape and said, okay, cool, because I always try to take emotion out of the equation.
Yeah.
So every election time, it seems to me, remember, I'm in the UK, so it's to me that every election time, black people get whipped up into a frenzy as to who they should vote for, who they shouldn't vote for, right? But they're still
actually not doing the research. I mean, I still hear people say, well, I'm voting Democrat because I'm not a Republican. My whole family's been in it. And it's like, there's just this severe lack of understanding for who you are voting for in America. And I think maybe this will be the first time that people go beyond the presidential candidate, go into local policy, go into local government, and say, what is going on here actually? Like, I think now unfortunately, it's taken so long for them to start paying attention, beyond just saying, like, I'm voting for Barack because I'm voting for Barack. You know what I mean?
Well, we can talk about Barack Obama, because under Barack Obama, we had Tamir Rice, right? Under Barack Obama, we had Oscar Grant, we had Aiyana Jones, we had Freddie Gray, we had Mike Jones. We had all of these police, these unarmed black people being killed by the police under Barack Obama. Barack Obama himself did not chastise the police force.
No.
Instead, he actually said to support your police forces.